true story of the witch buried alive. They told me the land was cheap because no one wanted it anymore. That was the exact phrase the county clerk used. No one wanted it anymore. The house stood alone at the end of a gravel road that dissolved into weeds. The nearest neighbor was over 2 miles away. No cell signal. No streetlights. No sound at night except wind and insects and the slow settling of old wood. I moved there in late October, when daylight already felt like it was retreating from the world. The mornings were gray and unmoving. The afternoons stretched thin and cold. By 4:30, the sun would slip behind the tree line and leave everything dim, unfinished, like the day had forgotten how to end properly. I wanted isolation. I needed quiet. I was working on a long-term audio documentary at the time, historical folklore, rural myths, things dismissed as superstition, but rooted in actual records. Court transcripts, burial registries, property disputes. I wasn't chasing ghosts. I was chasing paper trails. The house was built in 1891. One owner for most of its life. No deaths recorded inside. No fires. No crimes. Just abandonment, gradual, unexplained. The land behind it, though, that was different. The first night, I didn't sleep much. Old houses breathe. They expand and contract. They sigh. I know that. I've lived in enough of them. Still, sometime after midnight, I woke to the sound of soil shifting, not footsteps, not digging. Just pressure, as if something underground had adjusted its weight. I lay there, listening. It didn't happen again. The next morning, I walked the property. The backyard sloped into a wooded area thick with roots and fallen leaves. Toward the far edge, near the tree line, there was a shallow depression in the ground. Roughly rectangular, sunken, but old. Grass had grown unevenly over it, like it never quite settled. I assumed it was a collapsed root cellar, or an animal burrow that gave up years ago. I didn't step on it. That night, the house was colder. Not evenly cold to just certain rooms. The hallway near the back door felt like standing near an open freezer. My breath fogged faintly, even though the thermostat read. Around 2:17 a.m., I heard it again. The soil sound. Longer this time. Deeper. Like earth compressing under something that shouldn't still be moving. I started keeping a recorder running at night. Habit, more than fear. When you document things for a living, you document everything. Days passed, slowly. I fell into routine. Coffee, notes, archival research on my laptop, walks along the road, evenings spent listening back to recordings that captured nothing but wind and the house settling. Until the fifth night, on the audio, right after 3 a.m., there was a sound I couldn't place. Not loud, not sudden. A faint, rhythmic noise, almost like breathing, but muffled, as if filtered through layers of dirt. I told myself it was wind moving through the foundation vents. I told myself that twice. The sixth day, I visited the county historical office. I asked about the land. Casually, pretending curiosity. The woman at the desk hesitated when she pulled the file. That parcel used to be part of a larger tract, she said. Preon 900. She flipped pages slowly. There was an incident, she added, but it's not well documented. I waited. Local justice, she finally said, before proper courts. She didn't say the word witch, but she didn't have to. That night, I dreamed of pressure, weight on my chest, soil packed tight around my ribs, not panic, just endurance. Waiting. Counting time by heartbeats. I woke with dirt under my fingernails. I checked them 3 times. The depression in the yard looked deeper the next morning. Not dramatically, just enough that I noticed the grass around it was dead now. The sounds began earlier each night. Always after midnight, always from the same direction. Always slow. Never digging. Just shifting. Sometimes, when I stood near the back door, I thought I could hear something else beneath it. A voice, maybe. Not words. More like restraint. I started avoiding the backyard, then the hallway, then sleeping altogether. Silence became heavy. Waiting became unbearable. Every night felt stretched, like something was delaying on purpose. On the 10th night, the recorder picked up a whisper, one syllable, repeated, not loud enough to understand, but steady, like someone practicing speech they hadn't used in a very long time. I finally dug into the archives properly. Old church records, marginal notes. A name surfaced, a woman accused of unnatural influence, buried for the protection of the community. Alive. No execution date, no marker. Just land redistribution afterward. My land, the 11th night. The depression collapsed. The ground didn't open. It settled, and from beneath it, the house responded. The walls creaked, the floorboards tightened. The air went still. Then came the knocking, not from the door, from below. Slow, deliberate, weak. 3 taps. I didn't answer. I don't know what would have happened if I had. By morning, the yard was flat, perfectly level, like nothing had ever been there. The sounds stopped. The house warmed. The recorder captured nothing but silence. I left that afternoon, packed only what I could carry. Weeks later, I checked the property listing. It was gone, not sold, removed, as if it had never existed. Sometimes, late at night, when everything is quiet enough, I still hear that sound. Not digging, not knocking, just earth, remembering what it was forced to hold.